Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Ruston Island here on Transport Fever 2. Now, I made a mistake, a very big mistake, and we're going to fix that in this episode. And we're also going to work on two critical infrastructure projects, which is connecting our town of McAlpine over to Murchford, and more importantly, getting our wood from our forest down to McAlpine. So let's run the intro and then we can get on with it. Okay, so first of all, let's address the elephant that I kind of placed in the room, in that we have an issue and a mistake that I created in that the trains I'm running are just way too slow. I thought it'd be cool and everything to have our little Trevithick locos running around, of which we've got one here. And you can see this is actually double-headed. And there's a passing loop that wasn't here at the end of the previous episode. So this was my attempt at fixing the issue. What I realised was by following the trains and I hit the button here and get the simulation started, and it's going to cry while it starts doing all the calculations about what it needs to be doing. Right, I think we're there. Cool. So if we go and find our train that's crawling along here. So it's doing 5 miles an hour right now, which is the maximum that the track will allow. And that's all good and well. But unfortunately, when the train is moving uphill, and I've relayed this tunnel, it's way, well, we've got two tunnels. I think it's mainly this part that I relayed. So I've redone it, try and get rid of any gradient, and it still struggles. It's still doing 1 mile an hour up to our iron ore mine. So you can imagine, it's taking a very long time. And likewise, our little fella over here, as you can see, it's just not got the power. 1 mile an hour. So I was thinking, how can we fix this? Because I still want these Trevithick locos running around, at least for a while. So my plan is to replace the trains and remodel this whole area. So we would have a new station over here at the steel mill. That is 4 tracks, probably. 3 or 4 tracks we're going to need. And we're going to set all the old Trevithick locos just doing shuttle services from the steel mill over to our rail industry. And that will be separated out, so the trains will bypass the steel industry and we'll put much quicker locos on run up here. Now, whilst we're not creating our rails, I realised that okay. If you see what piqued my interest, bloop bloop in the comments, but we'll talk about that in a second. So yeah, the idea is to have faster, more modern trains coming up through here and not going through bushes. And they will bypass our steel industry, which will have our old Trevithick locos on it, servicing steel mill, making our track, and then we can upgrade the track to faster, which in turn means that the more powerful locos will be able to run on it. So that's the plan. And this guy will not be doing 1 mile an hour anymore. So, you with me? Right, I'm going to time lapse this because it's going to take a while and you don't need to see it in real time. So sit back, enjoy, and I'll get on with it. Editor Nick just jumping in for a second. So the whole time lapse thing that should have been here has been scrapped because it turns out our rail industry gave us X amount of track to use for a start, which we sorted by doing the 5 mile an hour stuff. Turns out that in fact, when I started doing the time lapse for this, I ripped out this station, ripped out all these tracks here, went to replace them in, and realised that I'd run out of track. So we may not be able to do the upgrade yet. So plan B is to disappear, go do something else, and we'll come back later when hopefully there's some steel here. Okay, so the replan of all this didn't take place. And so plan B is we're going to go over here. We're going to go to coal delivery. And we're going to upgrade our trains. So manage vehicles. We want to edit selected vehicles. We're going to remove that. We're going to have a see what else we've got. So what have I got on there? So we've got the Trevithics, yeah? They're 19 horsepower, 499 contractive effort, London type. So it's not those we've got on, is it? We're using any Darren on there? So according to these, we've got 524 foot-pound of torque. So that's less. Catch Me If You Can is faster. Right. Ooh, the Twin Sisters. They could work. What about Lancashire Witch? Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add. So what's the difference between that and that one? Nothing, I don't think. They look pretty much the same, don't they? Right. So let's do that. And then suddenly, our train 4, and the game catches up. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, he's now able to crawl at 5 mile an hour. We still can't upgrade our track. However, what we can do is get this stuff going in here. But one thing I do need to address is why on earth line 2, which is going from here to here, is darting around grain. We need it to be doing steel, don't we? All right. So, heads up. No. Yes, unload steel. And that's all that line needs to do. For now. Of course, we are planning having line 1 which is going bloop, 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 bloop. Doing the same thing. Right, so let's rename this. So GER track manage vehicles. We don't want. Right, so we don't have any vehicles on GR track. Okay, let's buy some then. So this is where we can use our Trevithick locos. So let's add a Colebrookdale in. And cargo is just you know what? Let's add that can carry. Yeah. There you go. That's fine. And then we don't really need a brake pan on there, do we? So as you can see, there's a whole load of stuff here that's available, even though it shouldn't be. Don't know why we've got Mark III coaches available now. British good vans, I suppose, yeah. Gondolas that we can't see pictures of. I'm going to ignore them. But anyway, let's buy this. Let's put this on there. Let's get out of whiteout mode. Now, what's he in? Stephen Spry was using a mod. I think it was a mod. Or there is a key combination so you can get rid of the glare and white when in those modes. But anyway, so we still have our lovely little friend here. Isn't that a great setup? So he's going to be able to carry all the steel we need. And manage the line, so Birchwood steel mill. Load up there. Yeah. And then yeah, track plant. Unload only. Yeah. So hopefully that will get rid of us having all that random food sat around. And it does mean we need to put a couple of signals out. None one way. I'm going to put one there. And just for safety's sake, one there. The question is, does he have to come in here or can I change the track plant? What's our options? So that's track 5. 7 is the one I don't want it to come in on. Track 6. There we go. Excellent. So he's going to use that one. Now, it does look a bit weird because he's got a wall. But we've also got a overhead gantry crane, so we'll be fine. Oh, and train number 4's in. Awesome. Which means our steel mill is now into production. Which means that when this guy gets here, hopefully he's going to have some stuff to do. I kind of want to take the trucks off, but I'm going to leave them on. It's fine. Right, let's upgrade these trains quick because... yeah, they're struggling, aren't they? Edit selected vehicles, so Steam. Stratum. Oh, that's got a lot of attractive there, but that looks cool. Yes. So let's put one of them on it. Killingworth Colliery. Well, yeah. See, these have still not got a lot of power, have they? What about these guys? Ooh. I mean, I could try one of them. Honestly, I don't think they're going to be able to do a whole lot, though. 25 horsepower. And that's got the tractive effort. You know what? Let's try locomotion on there. And this guy, yeah, he's doing 5 miles an hour, but that means nothing because it could be that he's just in the wrong place. More importantly, train 1, who's now in the tunnel. Yeah, he seems to be happy. Let's change tunnel shape. Ooh, that's... yes. Can we just do a bit of massaging around here? Yeah. And I don't like those bridges through there either. What's all that about? The biggest issue is right over here. That's better. Get rid of that. What's going on here? That's hideous. Can I? No? Okay. Right, assets. Got so many assets now. Right. Yes. I could have a small... thank you. Yeah. Okay, maybe up this a bit. Just, yeah. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, that doesn't work. Oh, you numpty Nick. Yeah, I forgot all about that. We'll ignore that. No one saw anything. It's not a load of bushes growing. Critically, they're now doing 5 miles an hour. And he's back up on his way. There is a passing point up here. Which, yeah, it's not quite in the centre, but it'll do. It's enough to allow us to continue on. What with all these autumn trees, I don't know. Right, so that's that project done. We are going to come and detail the whole area in upcoming videos. So, if that's your guys' thing, don't worry, it is coming. We are going to try and make this place look fabulous. Right now, we need to try and get our wood down here, don't we? And honestly, I think it has to be the country road. So we're going to try and go with the topography where we can. I don't like seeing that. So, right, kind of up in the hills here. So, let's try and work out a way of getting down. Let's downgrade that bit of road for a start. So, we're going uphill there. So, right, okay. We actually want to do that. No, we don't want to bridge. And the frame rate's just died. Excellent. There we go. Right. Do not want unbridge. Most of all, because the game is getting very unhappy with our efforts for a bridge. Let's see what's going on here. Right. Yeah, okay. No, don't do that. Okay. Right. We're down. Again, don't do that game. What I want to do is try and get down to the coast. Like so. And then we can just skirt along. Something like this. Why game? Is it the angle I'm at? I don't want to affect the beach too much. Plan is eventually, when we're allowed to build tracks, is we will just broadly follow the road. Come round in here. No, that's hideous. Yeah, that's better. Well done, game. Right. Let's open up our brush size a bit. Probably a bit too much, but just wanna tickle the worst offending parts. Just around here, like so. When we do eventually use trains, in all honesty, we may have to put the station down there and ferry the logs down, but I'm okay with that. Right. Buildings. Cargo. What do we want? Truck station. Right. Terminal 1 is truck. Country wide. Yeah, sure. Curve. Okay. Connections. And let's spin this around. And plunk in somewhere like that. Now, I know people will say, oh, well, you could have built it right over here. Yes, I could. You're right. But we didn't. And we're not. Go with a traditional one here, I think. And hold that there. Something like that. Yeah. I think that works. I mean, bright stuff here. Yeah. Not so good. But we'll manage. Right. We need to get some trucks out here. I really want to do the build it your way thing. Let's do it. Let's see what this mod is all about. Right. We're going to build a nice big depot next door to these wonderful people here, are we? It's a bit curvy, isn't it? Can we not bring it in here, maybe? Yeah. And then the road entrance sucks, but what else? No. You know what? Stick with the plan, Nick, which was build it over near these fine people here. Right. Excellent. Right. Now, how do I configure it? Oh, I don't. I see. So we've got a big, bold patch of land, and I guess we just plunk assets down. That's, yeah, gonna be fun. Right. Oh, I got the horse-drawn carriage. Excellent. Let's go for 10. That may seem excessive, but don't care. New line. Bright green, yes. We've got to name this forest, haven't we? Could not connect all stations. Why? Got a road? Yeah? What's this all about? Right, let's try again. Fort Lauderdale Forest, yes. Come down. Come down. Come down. Go to the sawmill. Why can't you connect all stations? Yeah. Right, let's delete that then. Did I put it too close, maybe? Or is it an issue with our depot? Who knows? Right. Why? Why? Why can't you? What's the problem? Seems it's the forest one that's the issue. Right. What's going on here then? And we've used this mod before. No? How about we just use a little depot then? No? No, no path. I think it's our thing over here. Right. Yeah. You're not able to get out of here, are you? Right. Refund that. Um, so. Yeah. Try another. I want that. Try the old standard. Try that. It's going wrong. Like, why is there a problem? Get all these vehicles. Sell them. Try and buy. Why? What is the problem here? I mean, I don't want to use that one, but right. Let's go explore. What is the problem? Is there an issue there? Maybe? And it looks ugly as sin, but right, so there was something wrong with the road somewhere there. But nevertheless, we are fixed. Maybe, hopefully. Which upsets me a bit. No, I know. Right. Why? What's the problem with this line? When you go up there, you come down the hill. Yeah? And you go into a depot. Right. Manage vehicles. No? Okay. What on earth is going on here? Right. Bear with me a second. Okay, so think I've fixed. No. What the heck? Right, so I thought I had it fixed. I just click this now. I thought it was a problem with the depots, but I don't know. Anyone has any idea? Because is it the vehicle? Is it? Right. No. Didn't mean to do that. Right. Let's. So I've replaced all the depots with different ones. Right. So we know that these work, yeah? You're kidding me. So wherever those additional horse carts come from, they are the problem. Not the depot. Not the stops. Not the roads, which I've gone and changed the road, as you can see. Oh, my days. Oh, that is frustrating. So I was wondering why we'd suddenly got these trucks, and I guess a mod has added them in. So we're up to just shy of 1,000 mods and assets now, just because of how I like to play the game. Right. Let's clone them then, because we're going to need so many vehicles on here. But anyway, they're going to go and get our wood and deliver it down to the sawmill. Now, we've still got to go from sawmill to construction materials, haven't we? Do we build that somewhere out here? I don't know. Yeah, that's a concern for another day. Right. GR track plant. No, that's not what I want. Is there any way of seeing how much track I have? There must be. Right, production. Right, let me know down in the comments, folks. I need to know. I'm going to record the next video before this one goes live. So by episode 4, or by episode 3 going live. No, scratch all of that. Right. Before episode 3 goes live, yes. By the time episode 3 goes live, I need to know, do we get rid of this rail industry? Is it too much of a distraction? And I mean, it's a great gameplay element if you're wanting to fully do the whole thing of, yeah, we've got to build the tracks and whatnot. I'm not convinced right now that it's helping us all that much. It just seems like such a limiting factor. I just want to go look. We need 263 meters of standard tracks. We need 9 meters for that. We could build that much 5-mile-an-hour track. I don't think this is going to work for us. It's a shame. It's a real shame because I liked the idea of it. You know what? We've still got our steel industry here. Does anyone need steel? No? What can we use steel for? Well, that's what we're going to have to figure out. So, whole lot of mistakes made in this, and not a lot of, fixing stuff. So, what we've got to work with is a whole industry here is going to disappear. We've got our road in, but it's slow going, early days. We still need to connect McAlpine over to Birchford. And I have a feeling that there'll probably be a village in here. Something in there. Maybe the rail bypasses. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe they have a station over here on the coast. And we have horse and cart into town. Should there be another one over here, maybe? I mean, it makes sense that, yeah. That's quite high up, though. Maybe we, build a little village out here. Something to merge Birchford to McAlpine, because that is a long stretch. Maybe we need a port. So many thoughts, so many ideas. I'm going to go and ruminate and call this video to an end. So if you have made it this far through my ramblings, my musings, my mistakes, let me know. Pop a comment down. One thing I do want to improve is video watch time. And I realise that part of that is making the videos shorter. So, yeah. I'm not worried about subscriptions, likes, comments help. I do like comments and I do like watch time. So, anyway, that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.